seen something like this in American history. We've seen a State of the Union speech that
You
was
can see mine.
the challenging disaster when Ronald Reagan was
Tons
president
of blue.
in 1986.
Because I was eating candy. Just ignore that.
So there is no precedent for what is unfolding here before us. A president denied by the Speaker of the House to speak
What do
in
you
the House of Representatives in the well of the House.
Marker
The president's hat.
that had double sides.
Then there will be
One like this and one like this.
the president complied with that,
And
but
we have paper. So we're gonna be writing like a beach or something. And then we're gonna be writing a beach on a little paper. Wait, I'm gonna go there.
Precedent today was no different. The president describing it in pretty stark terms, saying it was a horrible precedent, a sad thing for the country. Then at the very end there, calling it a disgrace, saying that he will have a response in due course. Nancy Pelosi said they won't have this concurrent resolution for the president to use the House of Representatives to give the State of the Union until government is open. But I would think, Neil, that even if the government were to be open in the next few days, they couldn't find a, quote, mutually agreeable date that would put back on track.
So we're gonna be getting started.
Open
this up.
Which means now that the White House is likely going to go to Plan B, because they have said that the president is going to give an address, whether it be in Congress or whether it be somewhere else, to the American people on the 29th. I have heard that they've discussed several locations outside of Washington, D.C. So it looks like
okay, we're gonna use this
they will
part.
probably start the train rolling on the Plan B. But I've got to tell you, when we saw this letter from the president to Nancy Pelosi earlier today,
we're gonna do this.
To call her out, put the ball deep into her court, and see how she responds. The president, in his letter to Nancy Pelosi, saying, "Look, your original concerns about security are not a concern, so I'll see you on Tuesday night." To which she only has two options. One was
so we're gonna
to
do
say,
this.
"Okay, we'll see you on Tuesday night. We'll have the State of the Union," or B, find some sort of parliamentary way of saying, "We're not going to invite you." So now the president has the political victory of saying the Speaker of the House has, for the very first time in this nation's history, canceled the State of the Union address, and I think he believes he can get a lot of political mileage out of this. Yeah.
Amazing. John Roberts, thank you very, very much. In Capitol Hill right now, where Mike Emanuel is sort of going through all this. Mike, I guess it is a given then that a Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, does have the power to do this.
You know, no question about that. You
Like
need a
that,
concurrent
so
resolution between the House and the
just,
Senate to invite the president to deliver the State of the Union address. Most years that is just a formality. This time, of course, nothing is usual at this stage. And so, after letters going back and forth between the White House and the Speaker's office, this afternoon, Speaker Nancy Pelosi explained why, in her view, Tuesday night's not the right time for the State of the Union.
Since government is shut down, let's work together on a mutually agreeable date when we can welcome you to the Capitol to give the State of the Union address. Government is still shut down. I still make the offer. Let's work on a mutually agreeable date, as the original date was mutually agreeable, so that we can welcome him properly.
Clearly, the Speaker's trying to put pressure on President Trump to reopen the government. Today, a leading Senate Republican said he's getting the sense that 33 days into this standoff that rank-and-file members are eager to cut a deal.
I think there's clearly some movement beginning. You know, we've been in a place where I think both sides thought they were winning.
Yes.
We're getting to the place where both sides think they're losing in terms of what the American people expect them to do.
But there are many sources here on Capitol Hill who say pulling the invitation from the president just adds to the toxicity up here. Not ideal for getting a deal.
You know, Mike, if the president opts for another location for a State of the Union address, I dare think few Democrats would go to that location to hear it.
I think you're absolutely right, particularly in this environment. You get a sense that both faces are kind of looking at their members to see whether you have some spine or not. And so my guess is if the president were to go off campus somewhere, we would not see a whole lot of Democrats going to listen. Perhaps they would be watching you, to see what the speech is all about.
Wouldn't that be fun? One quick dumb question. Is there any chance that, obviously, since you need sort of a joint,
let me see this.
invite, that just flips over to the Senate side?
Well, there has been discussion about that, but there's also some procedural paperwork you have to go through. For that, the clock is running. The Senate Tomorrow's going to vote on two different measures in terms of government funding, and so things tend to not move very quickly on the Senate side of the Capitol unless there's 100% agreement on doing something, Neil.
Mike, thank you very, very much. Mike Emanuel. Let's go to Ohio Republican Senator Rob Portman. He is trying to find a middle ground on this to get those government doors open to avoid just the thing we're looking at right now. Canceled the State of the Union speech.
I'm going to make a
Senator,
sand
very good to have
castle.
you. Thanks for coming.
Neil, thanks for having me on again.
What do you think of this?
No, I think it's childish. You know, it just escalates the partisanship we've already got in this town. You know, and it's become a tit for tat thing too. So, you know, then the president cancels for airplane to go see the troops. You know, we've got to also step back here and get back to
I made the castle.
But you're not, right? You're not. So I'm wondering what happens. I know we have these two votes tomorrow in the Senate, a Democratic measure or a Republican measure. Likely neither to get the 60 votes needed. So where do we go with it?
So I think what's going to happen is the president's proposal will get pretty much all Republicans, including me. It's a good
You like
proposal.
it
I mean, the
so
president
far?
has put forward a plan that not only has the
Now I'm
barriers
gonna
along the border that he
Now I'm
wants, but it
gonna
also has
make-
many of the priorities that the Democrats want in
get,
terms of border
like,
security, and it has this expansion of the DACA and the TPS group that the Democrats have been calling for.
Right.
So it really is an olive branch, and it's an opportunity for us to find some common ground. Tomorrow we'll probably sort of have a shirts and skins, but my hope is
I need
that there will be some amendments offered that will be bipartisan. I'm working on that, as you indicated earlier. I'm meeting this afternoon with a bunch of Democrats and Republicans. A bunch of us who realize this is not good for anybody. It's not good for the economy, it's certainly not good for the taxpayers, and it's not good for the families who are affected.
Who was in that group then, Senator, with whom you met?
Well, it's a lot of members who, you know, have been public, so I can say some of their names. Tim Kaine, for instance, from Virginia, has been a leader on dealing with this DACA issue and the TPS issue. These are people that have a protected status right now. On our side, Lindsey Graham has been very involved, so has Lamar Alexander and others. So it's been just a group of members that have said, you know, it's time for us to actually figure out how to find a way forward to get out of this mess. Shutdowns don't make sense. But the president's proposal on the border is very reasonable. You know, what he's talking about is not 2,000 miles of a cement wall. In fact, he was never talking about that. He's talking about, in his latest proposal, 234 miles of barriers,
Yeah.
including fencing for people. Including
No,
some barriers
it's a
for people.
YouTube
Yes,
video.
including some steel barriers he's talking about that are pretty substantial. But it's in the
Yeah.
areas of the border.
No,
where
this is
every
not
piece
work.
needed.
This
It's
is
based on
just
a
a
plan that
video.
experts put together saying, you know, what are the
Work
top 10
towards that
priorities
side.
for the border?
This side?
Starting with Texas, where you've only got 100 miles of fence, despite the fact that it's 1,200 miles of the 2,000-mile border. So,
Should respond. They heard funding for a wall and said no, even though the president's counter was security, and they said security, and they were both in agreement on that. The wall was a fixation. So words mean everything apparently. Let me get a sense from you. How long is it the issue with the wall? They were hoping, the Democrats apparently said, to $5 billion plus for border security, but not a wall. What's the distinction?
well, first of all, the president doesn't have a cement wall in his plans. What he has is, again,
Well, they got the word
And
234, well, it says barriers in the request that he made, 234 miles, not 2,000 miles, and he's doing it consistent with a plan that the Customs and Border Protection people have put forward that has been involved in both of the last appropriations bills, last year's bill and this bill, on a bipartisan basis.
No, you're
So
right.
this plan makes
Let's
sense.
be clear that, Senator, he calls it a barrier, you called it a barrier, others have called it, security at the border. If he avoids the term wall, apparently which sticks in the front of a lot of Democrats, and to your point, some Democrats who voted for this earlier, and then the Barack Obama at least twice. But having said that, do you think that would get the monkey off everyone's back? It's something as simple as semantics.
It would help. It would help, because right now we're talking past each other. I mean, when you hear what the Democrats are saying, how they're characterizing the president's proposal, it's not accurate. But also, let's be honest, the way the president is characterizing it sometimes makes it sound like it's a wall all the way across the
Do
board.
you regret that the
So,
president's easy when they were that, sir? I understand that, but that attaching funding for the government, in other words, attaching this to potential shutdown if it didn't his way, was the right way to go. That this has now set the stage that simply won't end.
Well, let let me say something first about your previous comment. The president has used the word barrier repeatedly, and he said repeatedly it's not a cement wall anymore. Now, at other times he's used the word wall. So he sort of said both, and people have
But it
chosen.
might have changed it from cement to steel, but he was often using wall until you can't say we ran this to when wall came up. You're quite right, though. He has shifted in that position. He has shown a willingness to shift. But
Okay, so here's on the beach with the
Well, I think you have an honest conversation with the facts that are presented, which is that we do have an increase in people crossing the border. In the last 2 months of last year, we had more people crossing, actually twice as many people as the year before.
Okay, we need to go fast.
We had a 50% increase in kids and families, so.
Okay, what I'm not gonna do is we're doing this next video. Bye. Peace. I love you guys. Peace.